For some Virginia lawmakers, a legislative session is like a round of golf. They love being in Richmond, playing the course that is the whirl of committee meetings, floor sessions of the House and Senate, and get-togethers with lobbyists and other politicians. And that may explain why the Virginia Senate is meeting Tuesday, and the House of Delegates will be back June 28th. Ordinarily, the House and Senate meet simultaneously. It's more efficient. It's more productive. Neither efficiency nor productivity seem an objective, though one should assume that legislators can collect some folding money, that is their daily pay of $100 or so, doing whatever passes for the people's business. There is one issue on which the House and Senate plan to act: college benefits for military vets and their families. Language in the budget that takes effect July 1st clamped down on this free tuition program because its price is skyrocketing. That's largely because the legislature about 5 years ago made it easier for more people to participate. Veterans and their families were livid over the changes, said they came as a big surprise. And because Virginia is supposed to be military friendly, its population of veterans is the third largest in the nation, politicians in both parties are scrambling to stay on the vets' good side. Governor Youngkin, a Republican, wants to fully repeal the offending language. Never mind, he signed the budget, which includes this provision, after the legislature rejected his proposal for a study on ways to control the cost of these education benefits. The cost is now approaching $65 million a year. It's about a threefold increase from a few years back. The House, controlled by Democrats, is aligned with the governor, saying Virginia should get rid of the restrictions right now and use the next 2 years to come up with cost savings on which all agree. But the Senate, also controlled by Democrats, doesn't want to go that far. The Democratic leadership is saying there should be a partial rollback, that otherwise the cost of the program in very short order could reach $100 million. Remember, nothing becomes law in Virginia unless the House, Senate, and governor agree on it. And very often getting to yes on one issue requires getting to yes on another. In a word, deal-making. It's not always pretty, but it's part of the legislative process. This is where gambling comes in. Not more casinos, not an expansion of the state-run lottery, but legalizing those ubiquitous electronic gambling machines you may have seen at filling stations, convenience stores, and bars. And their owners are making a big push to legalize the games. The casino industry, which is just getting started in Virginia, doesn't like these so-called skill games. They consider them a threat to their profits. Youngkin isn't keen on the gambling machines either, though as a candidate he endorsed them. There's a video of him saying he's okay with them. As a governor, however, he's aligned with the police and conservative groups that say electronic gambling is seedy and an invitation to crime. Not a concern of the state Senate, which, when it takes up that veterans measure, is also planning to take up skill games. The message to the House and the governor seems to be you can't have one without the other. The House isn't exactly hostile to legalizing electronic betting machines. It sees them, much as the Senate does, as a big source of revenue through fees and taxes. The House, and this could be said about the governor, just isn't interested in addressing this issue now, in the early days of summer when many Virginians are focusing on baseball, beer, and the beach. And maybe that's why the Senate is in a hurry. Nothing like acting on the really controversial stuff when the public isn't paying attention. But how'd it work out for the politicians on those veterans' benefits? For the Richmond Times-Dispatch, this is Jeff Shapiro.